Okay, these are the ingredients we need for our banana bread recipes. We need 3 large ripe banana or overripe, or if you see that the banana turning to brown color, then that's perfect for our recipe. We need 2 cups of flour. We also need 2 sticks of melted butter and 1 stick for greasing our dish pan. We need 3/4 cups of orange juice or mango juice. We need 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda. We need also 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. We need 1/2 teaspoon salt. We need 1 3/4 cups of sugar. Okay, and we also need 3 large eggs. Okay, now we are going to put 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. This one is make sure that I'm going to scrape off any excess. This is 1 teaspoon, and this is 1/2 teaspoon. There you go. I normally mix all the dry ingredients in one bowl, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to also measure 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, so 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda. So like as I said, I normally mix all the dry ingredients and put it in a bowl, mix it with flour, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm just gonna mix everything all together anyway. So whatever your preferences is okay. We're all gonna combine it all together. Okay, so now we have this 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. We have the 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda. Now we're going to do put a sugar in a bowl. Okay, this time I am going to measure 1 3/4 cup of white sugar. Okay, and this time I'm going to measure 3/4 cup of mango juice. So as I said earlier, I normally use orange juice, but because I'm too lazy to go to the grocery store, so what I have here in my refrigerator is the mango juice. So anything is okay. The fresh squeezed orange juice with pulp is even a lot better. So this will make your banana bread moist. Okay, I'm also going to add 1/2 teaspoon of iodized salt. Okay, now for our main ingredients, we have 3 large bananas, and make sure that you pick the one that is ripe or overripe. When the banana start turning to brown color, that would be perfect for our banana recipe. And usually when I go to the grocery store and buy some bananas, I make sure that I have extra for my banana bread. And if I have too many bananas to use for my banana bread, and I usually put that in the freezer. And if I feel like making banana bread, all I need to do is remove it from the freezer, thaw it out, and in a few minutes I have banana bread. Okay, so let's move on to our next steps here. Using a fork, we need to mash these bananas. I don't want lots of lumps on my bananas. Keep mashing it until I get the consistency that I'm looking for. Okay, now we are going to combine our sugar to our mashed banana. If you can see, this is the consistency of the banana here. I am going to mix it with our sugar, which is, this is 1 and 1/3 cup. I'm sorry, 3/4 cups of sugar. Mix it together. The way that I always use this kind of spoon, not a spoon, but it's kind of like a spatula. It's easy to handle, and it's easy to scrape anything that's stuck on the side of your bowl. So now that we mix that, we can add our 3 eggs. So I use 3 eggs, okay? Crack it that way and just crack it straight to our bowl. And if you see some kind of a shell, okay, there's some shell in there, let's remove that. We don't want it in there. Okay, one more thing. Was 2. 2 and 3. So we have 3 eggs mixed into our bowl. Then make sure that you stir that too. Okay. And then to that, into this, we're gonna put the salt, the 1/2 teaspoon salt, and the 1 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, okay, into our bowl. I'll mix that. This is the baking powder. Anyway, it's the same measurement, okay, 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and baked sodium. Put that together, and I'm going to mix this butter. I actually have it softened, so maybe this time I'm going to put it in a bowl. Let's put this 2 stick of butter here. We're going to have it melted in a microwave. There you go, get that stuff out of the thing. Okay. Okay, so here's our melted butter. I'm just gonna pour it in here. There you go. Scrape that thing out of that. And then I'm gonna start putting flour here. And then I'm gonna start putting my orange or my mango juice, a little bit at a time. Okay. There you go. I think that's the consistency we're looking for. I didn't even finish that whole mango juice. Okay, so I am going to set this aside. Okay, then I have my 2 container over here. We're going to put butter. So our banana bread won't stick in our pan. Okay, so what I did is I already have I modded a softened butter here, and I'll just use this brush. Okay, brush and brush my dish. Right, set it aside, and even this one. So now what we're going to do is we are going to pour the batter into this dish. So what I do is I only fill it halfway full. Okay, you don't want it to fill it all the way to the top, because it's not gonna give enough space for the bread to rise up. So here we go. We're gonna pour it in here. Okay, maybe a little bit more. I'll scrape with that, and if I need to add more, I have extra in this other dish here, then I'm gonna put it in that dish. Okay, here we go. Very easy, and I guarantee you this is the best banana bread you can ever have. Okay, I tried several recipes, and this one is so moist, and the sugar is just perfect. I could finish the whole loaf of banana bread here, but trying not to. But I can guarantee you this is one of the best banana bread recipe you can ever try. Okay, let me see. That's enough. I think let's clean this up here. And we don't want to waste anything on this bowl. These are some good stuff. Okay. Sometimes when I don't have enough dish, I usually use a muffin tray or a container for baking muffin, but I find out that it's not as good as when you put it in a dish like this. Okay, I'll clean up later after I'm done. So here we go. Gonna add them to this one. Okay, I think we're good. So now here is our finish thing ready to go to the oven. So okay, now my oven is already preheated for 15 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I'm ready to put my banana bread inside. It's already hot enough, steaming hot, and be careful. Here you go. Trying to grab this, put it in here. Okay, there's one more. Another one. It's a little bit heavy because it's a glass dish. So into our oven. Close it, and So the timer is, I will set it into, I would say, for now, 55 minutes. Oh, let's say for an hour. Okay, so that's it. Ready to go. Okay, so now let's check the banana bread. The timer already went off, and there you go. Looks very nice. And let's check it with my toothpick here. Okay, and there's a little bit here left, but I think that's good enough for me. I'd rather have the banana bread with the little things sticking, because when you get it, when you eat it, it's more moist than being dry. Okay, so now let's take it out. Okay, there you go. Ready to go. There's one, and here's the other one. There we go, looking good. There we go, our banana bread. Okay, now here we go, our finished product. Let's see how it looks. There it is. That's the shadow. That's how moist the banana bread is. Okay.